The Cubs win the series against the Kansas City Royals. Take 2 out of 3. That is the 8th road victory, series victory in a row. That's fantastic. Let's keep it rolling. Welcome back to Clark and Addison, Born into the Ivy. I'm your host, David Butler. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and or any audio platform. Leave us some comments and leave us a 5-star review. Also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Clark and Addison, Born into the Ivy, or on Twitter at dbutler79 and at Born into the Ivy. Awesome. Cubs take 2 out of 3. That's a fantastic thing, right? Kevin Gausman, Clay Holmes, both made their Cubs debut this weekend. Ryan Zephyrdon had another appearance today. I think that was more of the fact that he hadn't pitched. This would have been a 4th day if he didn't pitch today. Going into tomorrow, that's 5 days. That's probably too much. So I was glad to see that he got a little bit of time. Ryan Rollison right now is the only guy who is going to be on 4 days rest or more, I believe. Let me double check that. Yes, Ryan Rollison will be the only guy that is the case now that will have 4 full days rest without any appearance. Because Aaron Savali will be on that as well. I apologize. So really, the point of that is the Cubs are in a great spot with the bullpen as they go to Washington. And that is coming out of 17 days in a row. That's pretty damn good, frankly. Bullpen's in a great spot. They all have the day off tomorrow. I don't know if they'll travel in today or if they're traveling tomorrow. But fantastic. Clay Holmes, the debut did not go the way we wanted it to. The only thing that was good about that, he had a 78.6% ground ball rate. And generally, with our defense, that's a recipe for success. I would be willing to say if he can get even 60% on the ground on a regular basis, he's going to have a lot of success with the Chicago Cubs. That was just not Jack Caglione, the dude just crushed the ball all day. Didn't matter who was pitching, frankly. Okay, he crushed it off Colin Ray, too. So things happen sometimes, right, folks? You got the desired results. There was definitely more hard contact than you wanted with those ground balls and keeping the ball on the ground. And that's not typically going to always be the case. I wouldn't think, going by what you see his history and everything, it was just a blip, and it happens. But we saw the desired ground ball rate. He had a 78.6 ground ball rate in that game and still gave up 4 runs in 4 innings. It was also his first major league start since May 15th. So, and it's with a whole new club, new catcher, all of that. Take all that into consideration. Kevin Gausman, however, though, on Friday, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. In fact, he was my pitcher of the week. We'll talk about that more later on. He gave up more runs than like David Peterson and Shota did, but he looked much better in doing it. So, the Cubs, in the game that they lost, they only scored 3 runs. They're probably not going to win as much when that happens. And again, Clay Holmes had given up 4 in the 4 innings. It happens, folks. We've won 8 whole road series in a row. That's pretty fantastic. Cubs are looking really good. They're 19 games over 500. Matthew Boyd and Kevin Gausman both went 7 innings. That's part of why the bullpen looks in such a great spot right now, which is phenomenal. I think they're going to look even better. I really thought Hobie Milner was going to be available for this series. He was not. That's okay. He pitched today in Indianapolis for Iowa. Went 2 innings of scoreless baseball. We'll talk a little bit more. Well, not much more to talk about that. I would be absolutely floored if he does not join the club in Washington. What that means for somebody, I don't know. If I was going to speculate, I would say Caleb Thielbar or Aaron Savali will come off the roster. I don't know which one. Again, I'm 100% speculating on that. But either way, Hobie Milner is an upgrade over either one, frankly, right? Uh, I would guess Savali if you're going to make me choose, because we really got three long guys. I know Javier Saad is going to succeed no matter what role he is. He's probably going to be a short inning guy. I don't know that we need two long guys, frankly, between Ray and Savali. Colin Ray did a phenomenal job on Saturday of just eating innings and helping also keep the bullpen in line, the rest of it, because he just went the rest of the game and did what he needed to do, right? Following up Clay Holmes. All in all, really good. We had two starters who went 7 innings, gave up 2 runs each in Kevin Gausman and Matthew Boyd today. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I wanted to say this. This is again via Carson Wolf at the Wrigley Wire. Matthew Boyd. I lost it. I don't think I'm going to find it because I'm trying to hurry and get it. And okay, here it is. Since returning from the injury list, Matthew Boyd has an MLB leading 55 and 2/3 innings pitched. He has posted a 2.43 ERA over that stretch. That is ace all over it. Now, do I think that Matthew Boyd is our ace as we enter the playoffs? Nothing against Matthew Boyd, but I hope not. Even if he's pitching this well, I hope he is not our ace. I hope he's our 2 at the, that would be perfect. If he's our 2, that would be amazing. I'm hoping Clay Holmes, Kevin Gausman, or Edward Cabrera look like the ace, number 1 starting right-handed pitcher that we really want to have in that spot. And I hope that the rest of those guys, barring a catastrophe with Boyd, he's looking like he's one of the top guys, right? But I want the other 4 with nope. Yeah, it's 4. Cabrera, Gausman, Clay Holmes, and Shota. I want one of them. We all want one of them to be incredibly mad and disappointed because they're not starting in the playoffs. That's what we need. That's what we want. All 5 of those guys. And then you got, I haven't even said anything about David Peterson, who struggled in his last start, had been really good before that, and still had a 1.80 ERA in the game that he struggled in. And there's no doubt he struggled, but he battled and he was gritty. And that's the kind of start that the Mets were not getting from him. Everybody's got a lift on a team when you're winning. 19 games over 500 gives everybody a bit of a boost mentally and everything else. You know what I mean? So the way this team is going, they scored 19 runs in a 3-game series and lost one of them. Part of that was because they scored 10 runs today, over half that, right? But still, that's pretty damn good, folks. That's pretty damn good. Let's talk about some injuries. Latest on some of the said injuries. Daniel Palencia pitched in another rehab appearance yesterday for Iowa and Indianapolis. Was a scoreless inning. He's expected to have multiple rehab appearances. At the earliest, he's back early August or mid-August. I think it's probably going to be mid to late August, frankly. Shelby Miller. This is news-worthy. I have said that he was kind of amping up, and it looked like there was a potential thing. He had a rehab assignment today for Iowa in Indianapolis. 1 inning of work, and looked pretty good. I believe it was a scoreless inning, allowing a run. So it was not scoreless. I apologize. Allowing 1 run on 2 hits. He sat 95.57 miles per hour on his 4-seamer, and it was 95.2 last year. He did strike out 2 in his inning of work. This is 100% definitely worth following. This guy was signed to be a big bullpen arm in 2027. Could he be a huge bullpen guy down the stretch? That would be like a gigantic trade addition that we didn't have to trade anything for. We just traded cash. Pretty phenomenal possibility. Some other injury news. Ben Brown continues to be pain-free, and it has increased intensity and volume. We'll see what happens with that, but that's potentially great news as well. Edward Cabrera, it has a next rehab start on August 11th. That will be Tuesday in Double-A Knoxville, or for Double-A Knoxville. I don't know exactly where it is. Matt Shaw, terrible news for him. Nothing's definitive, but Craig Counsell did say Shaw remains weeks away. At this point, if he comes back at all this year, it will be a blessing. It will be really big, but I don't think we should be expecting it. It's terrible for the young man. He's had a lot of up and downs for these 2 years, but I'm really, really glad that they kept him because I think he can be a huge piece, possibly for the rest at the end of the year, but definitely going forward. The dude has uber talent and he's got gumption. Somebody who's willing to go around and learn all these plays or positions defensively, and still, like when he came back after his first stint on the IL and he came back, he was doing much better. We know that this young man can play. He's just got to get healthy again. Justice Steele has reached the bullpen sessions phase of this program. The goal is to get him in game action before the end of the season. If he does return, it will be in a relief role. I continue to believe he will. I think that they are being overly cautious, and I understand why. But at some point, you got to let the guy try. Because it's not fair to, if he's ready, it's not fair to hold him back just because you're scared. Hobie Milner, we did talk about him. 2 scoreless innings today. Great news for him as he continues to progress through his rehab. I'll be shocked if he doesn't come back. So we'll see. There was another guy, but shoot. Give me a second. I apologize, folks. Ethan Roberts also pitched a scoreless inning today. I'm going to guess, given all the arms that we currently have and all the arms that are possibly coming, he's probably not going to come back and be in the bullpen on the Major League roster right away. He'll be a guy that goes back to AAA and will help out there and be a guy that can call up right away if and when needed. But I don't think that is a guy that will be coming up whenever he is officially done. And he may officially be done yet, and I just missed that. Off the IL. That's not a bad thing, folks, because Ethan Roberts did a solid job for us. He's not the guy that we really are hoping for when we really need a big inning, but he does a good job. So, in that middle relief role. With Webb, Zephyr, Trent Thornton, I don't care what people want to say. I know that the peripherals don't look good, but the results do. And sometimes you just take the results and you run, right? I would say Webb, Zephyr, and Hobie Milner are the big 3 until we can get Daniel Palencia and or Shelby Milner in there. I mean, can you imagine a bullpen with Webb, Rollison, Zephyr, Hobie Milner, Daniel Palencia, and Shelby Miller? That sounds absolutely phenomenal. And you got a whole lot of faith and a whole lot of guys in that situation.
Go, Cubs, go!
Right? All right. Washington Nationals preview on Tuesday. Cubs are off tomorrow. Tuesday, we will have Shota Imanaga, 8-9 with a 3.60 ERA versus right-handed pitcher Jake Irvin, 2-5 with a 5.37. On Wednesday, we got David Peterson, lefty, against Miles Michaelis. Peterson is 6-7 with 5.35 ERA. Michaelis is 3-9 with a 5.89. On Thursday, the rubber match. Kevin Gausman, 6-10 with a 4.29 ERA against Cade Cavalli, 9-5 with a 3.57 ERA. Cade Cavalli is really the only pitcher on this whole freaking team that does well. Now, having said that, they're all going to shut us down, right? Probably not. The Nationals are in fourth place in the NL East and currently have a 59-61 record. They are 4-6 in their last 10 and they are on a 3-game winning streak. Their offense is ranked first overall in Major League Baseball with a 5.36 runs per game average. The Cubs are second with a 5.16. Their ERA is 4.67. Team ERA and 27th in the majors. Cubs, however, are 4.03, 12th in the majors. Their starting staff has a 4.59, 26th in the majors, and the Cubs are 4.20, 14th. Their bullpen is terrible. 4.90 ERA, 27th in the majors. The Cubs have a 3.90, 12th in the majors. So, what all this says is it's going to be a high-scoring series, probably. Frankly, that's what you would bank on. That's what you would gamble on. I'm not trying to tell everybody to gamble. I like to. But the numbers say this is probably going to be a higher-scoring game. Part of that is we talked about the fact that the Cubs are really good against left-handed pitching. They are not facing a left-hander in this series. However, they have great numbers against Michaelis. Jake Irvin, they have some good games, but also not great games. So against him, you're going to need a hit because Cubs are the best team against left-handed pitching. Guess who's the second best team against left-handed pitching? The Washington Nationals. So we got two lefties going, Shota and David Peterson. I'm not trying to scare you all. I'm just saying. Expect this to be a higher scoring series. The Cubs offense needs to come through, and they need to win 2 out of 3. I don't care that they're the best team or the second best team against left-handed pitching, and they're the best offensive team, right? That doesn't matter. Cubs should, and I expect, should win 2 out of 3. Anything less than that's a failure, in my opinion. They are a far and away better team than the Nationals, and there should be no reason. Now, they will have trouble with James Wood, who's got a 928 OPS, and the last time the Cubs faced him, they got really lucky against him. They did not have any trouble with him. Don't expect the same thing. C.J. Abrams has a 909 OPS, and Dalen Lyle at a 715 OPS. However, Brady House got us pretty good last time. Dalen Lyle has had really good games against us, and you know that there'll be some others that hit lefties well, and that will be an issue at times. It is what it is, right? I did not highlight anybody in their bullpen because I couldn't find anybody to highlight. If that tells you anything. Again, expect this to be a high-scoring game or series. Hopefully, we do what we need to do. The pitching is going to be just good enough, I hope, and think for the Cubs. But there could be some times where we get knocked around a little bit. The offense, for us, just needs to do the same thing at a higher pace, frankly. Players of the week, we got PCA again. Shocker, right? 2 doubles, 0 triple, 2 home runs, 11 runs scored, 7 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, a slash line of 375, 483, 667, and 1149 OPS. Kevin Gausman was indeed my starting pitcher of the week. 1 game, 7 innings, 2.57 ERA. He had an OPS against 512, and Jacob Webb didn't allow a damn hit, walk, anything. 3 innings, 3 games. Boom, lock it down when Jacob Webb comes in. I am not a proponent for a guy like Daniel Palencia to lose his closer's job because he was injured. I'm not. But I can understand the argument for Jacob Webb to stay the closer. However, I do think that Jacob Webb doesn't care where he pitches. He's good with pitching in the 7th. He's good with pitching in the 8th. He doesn't care. He just wants to compete and be a stud. And so I expect that Daniel Palencia will probably at some point become the closer again. And if and when that happens, and we got a guy like Ryan Zefferjon with the heat that he can throw and the stuff that he's got, and a Jacob Webb and a Hobie Milner, and I haven't even said a damn thing about Ryan Rollison. Woo. And if Shelby Miller comes back, this bullpen is a little questionable at times. Unless Jacob Webb comes in. I get that. But we got a whole lot of other guys who are all very capable coming soon. Or some of them are there now. I'm going to feel better about it the longer this goes. And I think you should too. Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
Go, Cubs, go!
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review. Follow us on Facebook at Clark and Addison Born Into the Ivy, or on Twitter at dbutler79 and at Born Into the Ivy. Again, don't forget to like and follow us on YouTube. And make sure you subscribe and share with any of your friends. Have a great day. Let's go Cubs.